Hey everyone. Welcome to Zoetic Chat. Unleash your life's journey with me, John Mayfield. This ultimate podcast for spiritual guidance will answer all your life, soul and spiritual questions. I'm thrilled to have you join me every week. My vast knowledge, wisdom and experience are crucial to your personal and spiritual growth. Together we will explore a variety of topics and delve deeply into the truths of my life and spiritual path. Don't forget to sign up to my newsletter at johnmayfield.com. Hey everyone. Welcome to Zoetic Chat, Season 3, Episode 2, with me, John Mayfield. Unleash your life's purpose. I want to just take a moment, a little bit of time, to think about times in your life when you've been at rock bottom, where you've been in that space where you can't see a way out, no light at the end of the tunnel, no one to dig you out of a hole, and no one to really put you back together. If only we knew then that that's a good thing, that it's a good thing that there's no one there to put us back together, because it's us that needs to put ourselves back together. You never quite know what your emotions are. Well, what are you actually feeling? Are you feeling a dread? Are you feeling confused? Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling worn out? What are the feelings that you're actually feeling, and what should I be doing with these feelings? There's nothing really scripted or written in one place, apart from, of course, my course, Realign to Your True Self. That is scripted, that is written, and that's there to help you, because that helped me, and it is what I used to help me to come away from that really dark place, that place of chronic fatigue, depression, like I've never had it before. It helped me. It was my saving grace, and it still is my saving grace in many ways, because I do still use some of the ways, methods, tricks that I help you with for you to overcome things in your life. You can overcome anything that you want to. You can make changes. And even if you're ill and have been diagnosed with condition after condition after condition, you can change that. I'm not saying you can make yourself 100% better. It depends what you've been diagnosed with. But you can make yourself better than you are. And I think I proved that with moving out of fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, deep dark depressions, tried to take myself home a couple of times. So I moved out of those times, really. But I want you to know, I don't want to go on about the course, because I know the course works. And if you want to look it up, it's Realign to Your True Self on my website, johnmayfield.com. Some people don't want to change their lives. Some people want to stay in that place of ego, of arrogance almost. They just want to stay in that space because some people find it comfortable. Some people find it easy. But we don't want easy. We want to get out of that space. We want to live our lives. We want to live our lives the way that we came here to do. But have you ever noticed also that when people get into that deep, dark space, when they start coming out of it, they realise that they've outgrown everything. They've outgrown their friends, they've outgrown their jobs, they've outgrown certain roles in their life, and often they've outgrown family members. Sometimes they feel invisible, even when surrounded by people they know or family. It's just your soul saying, this life no longer fits me, or the life that I had before no longer fits me. And that's okay. It's okay to have all those changes, and it's okay not to be connected in such a way that you were before. Because face it, if you are connected as you were before, then you're going to end up as you were before because you haven't changed anything. You have to change. You have to move forward. You have to take on new things. And I say have to because you do. It's no good saying, oh, if you want to, you can do this, because you have to. You have to make the changes to help you to move forward if you want to move forward. You just need to. A lot of people have said to me before, oh, I feel blank, I feel worthless, I don't even know what I want anymore, everything feels numb, I can't concentrate. All of those phrases, and I'm sure you can think of some more in your life that you've thought and that you've felt. But it's all part of the process. You get down in that space so that you can come up and be that true version of yourself to yourself. It feels good when you're traveling up, but you have to take that first step yourself and want to do it. Give yourself permission. First of all, give yourself permission to rest. Some people need to get angry. Some people just need to breathe. But give yourself permission. Give yourself a couple of little practices that help you to reset yourself. Give yourself a couple of those that you can fall back on. One of mine was writing an honest sentence a day. So today I feel, and make that into a sentence. I always think that's a good one. So you take an in-breath and exhale, then in again. And then ask yourself, today I feel, and then just write with your pen from your heart, write with your pen from your soul, and it will tell you how you feel. But if you do that every day, you'll notice that how you feel changes because you're addressing it, you're taking action steps, and you're helping yourself to break the habits that you need to. Sometimes you can release things from your body whilst you're trying to figure things out, because 9 times out of 10 you never figure it out. You just move forward and you just tell your body that you don't need that anymore, ask the universe to release yourself from it and move on. No, it's easier said than done, Jan. Yes, I know it is, but if you do it, you'll have so much more the other side of it. The other thing is to use a golden dial pause. So to imagine a dial, like a radio, old-fashioned radio turning knob in the middle of your chest. Imagine a golden dial in the middle of your chest. And this gives you that moment to pause, but it also gives you that moment to join back or to join to where you're going in the future. And I like that. So the dial is in the wrong place. So you're going to visualize, imagine, sense or know that dial is being moved, that you're moving the dial to the correct place for you to move forward. So many people don't understand that sometimes the soul needs to reconfigure itself inside your human body. Sometimes people think this is like going to be glowing everywhere, but it doesn't always look like that. Sometimes it looks like you've forgotten how to speak. Sometimes you feel like your brain is empty. Sometimes you cry for no reason. And you wake up at 3:33, 3:22 with your heart racing, but you've no idea why. You've been reconfigured in your sleep. Your system is being reconfigured with your soul center. It's beautiful. Thank the universe for doing that for you. It's beautiful. So write, today I feel, turn your golden dial, or imagine a balloon tied to your belly button, and in the balloon are all the things that you no longer need. Cut the balloon, imagine, visualize, sense or know that balloon being cut, and then everything in it is going to float away to somewhere where you're never going to go. And eventually it'll burst or sink to the ocean. People grieve, don't they? You hear people say, oh, you're grieving, take time to grieve, it's your time to grieve. Some people grieve for those people that have passed over. Sometimes people grieve for a life they haven't got anymore. Sometimes they grieve for places, a home that you once had, or a place that you visited, friendships that have expired, and versions of yourself that you loved, but you couldn't carry that version of yourself into the next chapter because that version was the one that was living in ego and playing over and over again something that had happened to you that you don't need to play over and over again. It's to let go. Letting go is such a powerful thing. Letting go of the emotion that connects you to the past. Letting go of that emotion. Living and feeling the emotion, but then letting go and not allowing it to define you. Sometimes grief comes in waves. Inside your body, you feel the waves of emotion. Sometimes it's just one breath that catches you off guard. You could be in the supermarket aisle and you might be looking at something that reminds you of someone that's passed, or a time when you had an amazing lunch made of the food that you're looking at. It just catches you. Sometimes it can be a full body sob in the car. I kind of like a full body sob now and again because it just lets go of stuff, doesn't it? You sob and your shoulders go and your belly goes and your knees and your legs might have a little bit of a shudder, and then your eyes get red and your ears feel bunged up, and so does your nose, and then you have a little bit of a shake again, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, that feels good now. But so long as you can come out the other side of your sob or anything else that you're doing, it's perfect. And you find that the more you evolve on your path, the easier it is to come out the other side. So you can have the grieving, you can have the crying, you can have those sensations, and then, oh, okay, I've done that now. I've done that. I don't need to carry it on. So the more you become aligned with your soul, the more you're going to release things like that. Just recently, I was asked to find some photographs. I'm not really one for photographs. I don't have them out. And I had a few out in a couple of places that I've lived, but I don't have like galleries of photographs all over my walls. I've got no photographs out right now. I just have the memories in my mind. When the children were younger, we couldn't really afford to have them developed. So there were films in a camera that sat in the camera or in a bag for years. One time I did actually have some of the old ones developed, but never really felt anything from them. And then now they all sit on my computer and I never really take a look at them. The only time I feel sad is when I change phones and sometimes I lose photographs and I think, oh my gosh, I've lost all those photographs. But what are they really? They're just a little few pixels joined together to create an image in your life at that split second. But we do get really attached to things like that. So as I was looking through these physical photographs, because I needed something from about 30 years ago, even longer, I'll be honest with you, I started to cry. And I thought, what the hell? And I kept seeing all these photographs with people that had passed over. And I thought, what the hell are you doing? Why are you crying? Because every single day I connect to those people that have passed over. I nearly said my mum then, she hasn't gone yet. My dad, my granny, my sister, my partner, the girl's dad, granddads. They're around me all the time. So I only have to say, are you there? Or I need help with this. Or they'll come in when they know that I need help. So I've got that sense of connection to their soul. So I'm like, whoa, what's making me feel so emotional? Why am I crying? But I didn't just cry. I felt agitated, irritated. And why do I need to look through these photograph feelings I'd got? Which wasn't like me at all, because, I'll help people to do what they need to do. But it was just the strangest feeling. And I thought, okay. So I looked through half of them. Then the next morning I got up and they were on the chair and I thought, I've got to do this before I do anything else. I couldn't leave it the rest of the day because I'd got this irritation inside me. So I carried on looking through, trying to find an appropriate one that these people were asking for. Anyway, I found a few, put them to one side. But I cried and then I sobbed and I did do the shaking and my shoulders went up and my eyes began to get red. And then I took a deep breath and I thought, hang on a minute, why are you crying? So what was I crying for? Was I crying for the people that I'd lost? Was it some kind of grief? What was I actually crying for? And I realised that I was connecting to the memories of the photographs. So obviously each photograph had got this wonderful memory for me. So I was kind of crying for my past in a way. And they had all got lovely memories. Well, I'd taken them, so they would have lovely memories. It's only sometimes when someone else takes a photograph, you think, oh, I didn't really like being there at that time, but I'd taken all these. So they were all lovely memories, albeit so many people had passed, like 2 sets of grandparents, the girl's dad, that my partner, and anyway, everybody else. So it was the actual feelings and the emotions connecting to the time where the photographs were taken. So I was sobbing over that. Anyway, I just allowed myself to sob for the whole day, intermittently. And then I told myself, no, that's enough now. So I put all the photographs back in a box, put them in a carrier bag, ready to take back to storage. And I thought, yeah, that was a task and a half, that was. But I did it. I came out the other side. And the point I'm trying to make is you never quite know when something's going to hit you and give you that sob. So to go with the sob, to feel the sob or the few tears or whatever it is that you're doing, allow that to happen. And then tell yourself that's enough. Stop now and recalibrate yourself back to being where you were or where you need to be. Now you've done that extra little bit of grieving. Sometimes you'll feel elevated from doing that, and it's a wonderful feeling. It's just like it's releasing something out of your body that you've been holding on to. So thank you. The other 2 things that came to mind as well, always, whenever I see my dad's handkerchief, like his real handkerchief, I think I might have said this before, but for for those of you that didn't listen to the other one, I have about 3 of my dad's handkerchiefs, and I keep them in just different places, but I can't always tell you where they are. So sometimes if I'm sorting out, going through drawers and that, Dad's hanky's there. Oh my gosh. And I found it yesterday, but I didn't cry. So that's good in a way. But then I asked myself, why aren't I crying this time? Because whenever I saw the handkerchief before, I would cry because, I don't know, it was just my dad. It was lovely. Yeah, I can wear his ring that my mum gave me. I can, connect. I wear his dressing gown sometimes, and I don't cry. Nothing. Handkerchief, yes. But I didn't. So you see that I must have released it. I've released the tears, the sadness, the happiness, connecting to that handkerchief. I will keep it, or them. I will keep them. And the other thing is when I go in my mum's garage and I see all my dad's tools. However, I went in there probably 2 weekends ago because I was doing some gardening for my mum, and I looked at the tools and I thought, I got nothing. I looked and I thought, am I going to cry? What do I feel? And it was actually a nothing. I felt nothing. They were tools in a garage that were never used. I don't think my mum wants me to get rid of them, move them on, sell them, whatever. Yet, so they just stay there basically. But yeah, those are the things that I've sobbed and cried over just recently. Right, what have you sobbed and cried over? And how long do you carry grieving? Excuse me. How long do you carry grieving for? I don't think you need to carry it for too long. I think we're made to get on with our lives. I don't believe that we're made to grieve. It's just something that someone invented, and I will always say that because that's what I believe it is. It's not a weakness. It's not a weakness to not grieve for too long. And it's your soul, honouring what was there. So we can fully step into ourselves again, moving forward. It's just lovely. I had, so make sure you connect to your soul. Connect to your soul and live with your soul. You never feel like you need to be fixed. Feel like you need to be aligned with your soul. Feel like you need to grow with your soul, and feel like you need to move forward with your soul. Because your soul is in your body. Your soul is there to guide you, to show you the way. Are you allowing it to do that, is the question. It's your inner calm. It's your inner peace. I just love it. I love the fact that I've evolved so much that when I connect to my soul, I just know that it's the right place to be, the right thing to do. And it is giving me everything that I need. It's guiding me. It's showing me, it's guiding me. It's bringing in evidence that I'm doing the right thing. I'm on the right path. It's just so lovely. And I'm so grateful and happy that I've been given it, given my soul, allowed myself to connect to my soul. You know, in episode 2, I think I talked about hysteria. This was really difficult for me because I had a few kind of half awake dreams about my soul and about how I was connecting to it and how it was going to change and how much stronger it would get. But it was like a waking sleep dream, and I just kind of passed it off a bit. And then it kept getting stronger and stronger. And then one day I was given the name Esteria, Esterria, with a hysteria. That's how it was said to me, and it was spelt out. And I said, what's this? What, in my dream state, I asked. I was lucid dreaming because I was talking and I knew what I was saying. And I knew that I could just talk about it. Anyway, I was told that that was my soul's name. My soul had been named, which made it feel different. Like I always knew it was there, I always knew something, an energy, a vibration, but it had never been named. And I shied away from it. I felt awkward. I felt like, well, what the hell's going on here? Why are we suddenly naming souls? Why? What's it all about? I still don't know what it's all about and why. I don't know why it's been named, but I do know it made me pull away from my soul alignment, if you like. It made me pull away and just keep going forward with what I'd already got and not connect to it to any stronger. It was just there and it felt awkward. It felt alien. It felt like it wasn't me, but it was me because my soul had been named Asteria. It was me. It is me. It is the soul within me, but it felt alien. And it's taken me all this time to be comfortable with the word, to be comfortable talking, feeling, and sensing everything from Asteria instead of saying my soul. I'm still not 100% doing it or working in that way because it just isn't coming naturally. You'll hear Asteria this, Asteria that, Asteria something else when it's there naturally for me. But it doesn't matter because I'm still aligned to it. I'm still no different. But what I have noticed is that everything around me and for me and to me is getting stronger. So it just goes to show that I don't have to fully embrace the word, the name Asteria, to be able to grow on my path, because I am growing and things are changing. And it will be interesting to see what else happens when I do become more at one with the name of my soul. It's lovely. I wonder if babies feel like that. You know, babies are babies. The soul comes into the baby, then the mother, father, family give it a name, and it's like, oh, hang on a minute, I'm called Mary. Oh, I've got to identify as Mary now. Because you're given the name. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Really, how does that baby feel being called Mary or whatever the name is, or Clark? Clark. I don't know why I said Clark. Just a name. So you named the human, but not the soul. But now we're naming the soul. So we're putting the two together and giving you this amazing place to work from. I like the fact that we work with our souls and move forward energetically, vibrationally. It's lovely. It really, really feels good. So what's your soul's name? When are you going to connect to that? Would you like me to do a little meditation for you at the beginning of episode 3, connecting to soul self and asking for name? Asking for the name of soul self. What is soul self's name? Would it help you to connect to your soul? Because a lot of people, they don't connect, they don't understand, they don't think about soul. But if it's got a name, would it make you connect stronger? Ask yourself those questions, because that will help you moving forward. Your soul definitely guides you and shows you the way. Because I can sit here as Jan and kind of be in a no place, but then all of a sudden it's like I feel what I believe is my soul energy gearing me up, cranking me up to take me to where I need to be, to do what I need to do. And that's when you get all those synchronicities coming into your life. You know the ones. Synchronicities, right place, right time, meeting people, seeing people. There's thousands and hundreds and thousands of synchronicities that have happened in people's lives. You make a little list of yours and you'll see how close you have been to your soul, sometimes without realizing it. Does it really need a name? I don't know if it really needs a name, but I'm going with the flow with Asteria and seeing what happens. So I'm going to do that little meditation at the beginning of the next episode to help you to connect to your soul name, and then we'll see what else comes forward for episode 3. But for now, Have the most amazing day. Hey, thank you for tuning in today. Your support is much appreciated. Please consider leaving a review, sharing on social media, and telling your friends about my podcast. You can also join my newsletter at johnmayfield.com. Remember, take what resonates from Zoetic Chat and enrich your life with wisdom in all areas. And stay tuned for the next episode.